Welcome to today's POV, and yes, I am in the car. This is a temporary measure for just one video. Everything will resume back to normal next time. This video you're about to see is a POV using the kit lens. More specifically, the 28-70 kit lens from Sony. My first ever lens. It was a lens that I got with my A7 III. And this video is all about focal length. I think people have this presumption that the kit lens is rubbish. You can't get decent photos with it. There's no use for it. And a lot of the time, it just sits in your camera bag, even if it's got a place in your camera bag. I wanted to show, especially if you're a beginner, the difference in focal length and how you can find your style and find what's right for you. And that's exactly what I did with the kit lens, and that's exactly what you're going to see in today's POV. I learned from this video that my focal range, or what I like, is the wide angle and the very punched in type focal lengths. Anyway, without me talking all about this video, let's just give it a watch. Welcome to today's video. It is a chilly day today. We are about to head down the Liverpool Canal, get the camera out and see what we can find. Right, here we go. So we are out with the kit lens 28 right through to 70 millimeters. Aperture starts 3.5 to 5.6, so you don't get very much with this lens. However, this lens is very, very good for figuring out what focal length you like. If you're a beginner photographer, you are probably, unless you've got loads of money, but if you're anything like me, you haven't got bags of money to go out buying loads of different lenses. And even if you did, I would still say it's a bit of a waste of money, because how do you know what you like to shoot at? So use your kit lens to figure that out. So we're going to do a range of shoots today, a range of pictures at each focal length, to just give you a little bit of an idea of what each focal length looks like. And when I did come out and spend a good amount of time on this canal, I came away knowing that the wider lens, the wider sided lens at 28 and the 70mm side of the lens was my favourite. And that's what I took away from that video. My goodness, it is cold today. Right, let's get a couple of test shoots, warm up shots. There's a nice one here. So if we can, whoa, this is at 28, 35. Looks nice at 50, and he looks very nice at 70. Now obviously he was moving, so it is going to look different, but the idea of this is to just sort of give you an idea of different focal lengths, because if you're a beginner, focal lengths, if you were a complete beginner, focal lengths might be an absolute alien concept to you. They were to me. I had no idea when I first brought my 50mm lens, which is a great lens, don't get me wrong, but when I bought that lens, I didn't really have a clue what 50mm was going to be like. I didn't understand about zoom lenses and wide angle lenses. I just didn't know. I went out and I bought the cheapest lens that was available to me, and that was the 50mm, and I got it and I've thoroughly enjoyed using it, but I got a bit bored. I wanted to see what the wide angle stuff would be like, and the best way for me to know whether I go out and buy a 60mm, a 20mm, a 24mm, I just didn't know. So I took this out for the day, and I realised that I really enjoyed shooting at 28, but I wanted something a little bit wider. So I found the 20mm lens from Viltrox, and that's what I recently purchased, and I really, really love. I'm also after maybe an 85mm now, but I learnt this by using the kit lens, so that's why I think these types of videos are really, really important. people dismiss kit lenses, and I think they're so important, especially if you're a beginner. Now this is going to be a super fast because I'm limited for time today, but I thought we'd get out. I thought it was a bit of a warm day, but it's freezing. Now also, the second thing is I'm shooting this. You're seeing this through the Action 4, which is a great camera, but I've learnt a couple of things about the Action 4 over the last couple of weeks. I've learnt that A, you need to have a spare battery. I like to just put the camera on and shoot without pausing and things like that. However, that does take up a lot of battery, so you need a spare battery if you want to shoot like that. I have also learnt that you can pause the recording and resume the recording by the record button. You don't need to power on and off. You can go straight to the record button, which is really handy. Also, I learnt from my last POV, if you've seen the Liverpool POV that I recently posted, that came out on Sunday, that I had the Action 4 at ultra wide. Ultra wide I don't think is a great angle for a POV. I found that the videos were very warped and there was a lot of movement. They look nice, don't they? So I've put this now on just a wide angle, so I hope this looks a little bit better. But this is the idea behind my channel, really, is to, I'm learning as I go, and any mistakes, any valuable lessons that I do learn, I like to talk about, so you can, if you're a beginner, can learn from my, or at least avoid the mistakes that I've made. So we get this horse at 28, he's nice and still. We get him at 35, we get him at 50, and we get him at 70. There we go, nice. And as well, we talk about the kit lens not being very good for, you know, not giving you very good sharp pictures and things like that. I actually disagree. I think it gives you some really nice pictures. You've just got to be aware that you're not going to be able to probably take it out at night time because of the f-stop range. But other than that, I do think it's a lens that you should not dismiss. Stay there, horsey. Now you can probably see from these pictures, I'm not really concentrating on my settings, you know, and I'm not really concentrating on the framing. I am trying to, you know, frame them up best I can, but this is just a quick shoot and fire to show you the different focal lengths. Nice, a nice frame. We're going to focus on the red canal boat. I'm going to stay in the same spot and we're going to go for 28mm. I'm going to move to 35, move to 50, and then all the way at 70. Action 4, a feature that I didn't know it had was the being able to record straight from the record button, which I know sounds really obvious, but I was powering it on, then pressing record, and then pausing it, and then powering it off. You can actually just go straight from the record button to power it on and off, if that kind of makes sense, which is going to save you battery. I like to put the camera on and leave it on. I don't like really pausing it, stopping, starting it. I like to just shoot and then edit out what I want to edit out in post-production. But in order to do that, you are going to need a second battery. Absolutely, without a doubt, going to need a second battery. You get about 2 hours to a full battery. Which isn't enough if you're going to be out for the full day. As far as the battery life goes for the Sony a7 III, I have had this camera out with me for a full day, a full 8-hour day, and the battery I think was left at 20%. So as much as they say carry a spare battery for your Sony cameras, which I still think you should, you will get a good 8-hour day out of it, absolutely, for sure. But I am speaking from the photography side of things and not from the video side of things. You're obviously going to use a bit more battery for video, but if you just do photography, you will get a good full day out of it. Right, let's get these geese. Alright, coming in at, let's go with a nice wide. Actually, we'll get a shot of the, this might be better. So you got the bridge in the distance. That's it, 28, 35, 50, and then all the way punched in at 70, which I just prefer. That is today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing this POV because I really like shooting with the kit lens. It gives you such a different perspective, and it's nice to see what each focal length looks like. Now, on the back of using this kit lens, I went and bought the 20mm lens from Viltrox because I really liked the wide angle side to the lens. If you want to look at that POV, well, you should look at that POV. It's right here below. Yeah, get your kit lens out your bag. Listen, give my channel a follow, please. Show it some love. It's a brand new channel. I'm going to be bringing you lots more POVs. Got lots of places I want to visit. I am a brand new photographer, so I'm learning on the go, and I want to take you with me. So drop a like, drop a subscribe, share the page, do all that good stuff for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. But for now, I'll see you in the next one.